Hi, my name is Nicholas Benjamin, and I'd like to give you a brief demonstration of the Brane. The Brane is a platform that makes organizing, managing, and visualizing your knowledge base easy. The Brane gives your organization an unprecedented freedom to navigate and conduct research on your knowledge base contextually and intuitively, to see hidden connections between topics, to generate insights, and to make better decisions faster and at scale. Today, we'll explore a dataset provided by NASA's Program Scientist Office, exploring a corpus of Web of Science scientific publications associated with scientific experiments done on board the International Space Station. With the Brane, you can navigate through a graph of interconnected concepts or topics in any direction that you choose. So from organizations, we've navigated to research organizations. From here to NASA. Every time I choose a node, I output a constellation of associated topics. In my Path tool, I can backtrack to whichever node I want that was on the path that I've generated, and open up another branch and see what other constellations of associated concepts are available to me. To keep information on the field of view minimal, I can collapse branches, or restore them at any time I choose. Going back to research organizations, we have 588 topics within this space. To see all topics, I can dive into the single node view and radially scroll through the list. If I know what I'm looking for, I can type in, for example, universities, and get a search suggestions list within the space, and select one of those. So we've navigated to University of Maryland. From there, we can select one of these researchers, Alison Porter, and navigate to the paper that she's working on. Demonstration of electromagnetic formation flight and wireless power transfer. We get an abstract, and in the case of this data set, acknowledgements, assorted metadata, and citations. Of course, no matter what data set, we can customize the type of information shown within the topic window. In this article, we can see was published in a specific volume, which is searchable, and within a journal. The journal in this case of Spacecraft and Rockets, which has other volumes, was published by the American Institute of Aeronautics, which has published other journals, and so on. What makes the Brane really powerful is our ability to output topics at the intersection of two or more associated topics using set theory operators. We call this Venn diagram search. So let's say I wanted to look at all the researchers that worked on a paper entitled Relativistic Jet Activity, who also worked on another paper entitled A Nearby Ordinary Monster. If we conduct a quick Venn diagram, we then find all 21 researchers that those two papers have in common. As another example, we can conduct a triple Venn diagram search between two organizations. So finding all NASA researchers and University of California researchers, here we are, outputs a Venn diagram of 88 researchers that those two organizations have in union. I can take one of these researchers, for example, Jacob Bloomberg, isolate him, dive into this node, view the single node view, and filter only for publications. Then I can output a property layer to access more property data on those publications. So let's say I was interested in access types. I can look at the statistical spread of access types associated with these publications and see that Jacob Bloomberg published 66% of his corpus from this dataset within traditional publishing, 25% in green, and 8% in gold. Let's say I was only interested in gold. I can heuristically reduce the search space using this property filter and find the publication in question that I'm interested in, and then dive in and explore the metadata, and so on. Let's open one of these nodes. So we're creating a new path. At any point in time, I can backtrack and load up a previous path and then navigate within this path using the path tool on the right. I can also go right back to the beginning and open up the first path that I generated in this session. And as one last demonstration of the capabilities of the Brane, the data is not locked into the Brane. So at any point in time, I can take one of these nodes, let's say all articles. We're going to dive into 1,419 articles and then look at the date of publication and then filter specifically for all articles published in October of 2019. Then we can export just this set of topics. I will export this to a CSV file that we can work with outside of the platform. That concludes our demonstration for today. We hope that you've enjoyed this brief demo of the Brane, and if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach us at any time. Thank you very much for your time and attention.